Today marks 50 years since the Watergate break-in, the political scandal that led to the resignation of President Richard Nixon. A new book uncovers more about that historic day. KTLA's Gail Anderson spoke with the author and has more from the Nixon Presidential Library and Museum in Yorba Linda.
According to a new book about the 50th anniversary of the Watergate break-in entitled Watergate: A New History, written by Garrett M. Graff, nearly 69 people pled guilty or were convicted at trial in connection with the scandal. Among them, Dwight Chapin, President Richard Nixon's appointments secretary and deputy assistant.
I got caught up in a grand jury hearing where they felt that I had committed false and misleading statements. And they used that as a battering ram, basically, to get into the White House. So I am not faultless. I participated to what ended up being Woodward and Bernstein and the media being able to get into the White House, and then the prosecutions that took place.
In his new book, The President's Man, the memoirs of Nixon's trusted aide, Mr. Chapin writes the early reports of the Watergate break-in did not consume the White House. He blames former White House counsel John Dean for testifying before Congress June 1973 that President Nixon knew about the Watergate scandal and that he suspected there was taped evidence. April 1974, Mr. Nixon released transcripts of 46 taped White House conversations.
Nixon had gotten back from China and from Russia. He was riding incredibly high. He was coming into a convention against George McGovern. All of the signals, everything looked so positive, on a positive track. And there had been this break-in. It was getting coverage. Woodward and Bernstein were starting to do their reporting, but there was no tie into the White House. When Watergate happened, John Dean remained silent. Nixon ended up in what we know as the cover-up.
Mr. Chapin writes the Watergate scandal unfortunately overshadowed many of President Nixon's greatest accomplishments.
I mean, we have a man that brought about the all-volunteer army. He brought about Title IX for women. He established the Environmental Protection Agency. He brought forth the Clean Water Act, the Clean Air Act. He brought low-income subsistence for poverty section of our country. He took desegregation in the South from somewhere around 80–85% and got it down to 10%. And most important of all, when he became president, there were 510,000 troops in Vietnam. And when he left office, it was down under 10,000. And of course, the war was virtually ended.
Mr. Chapin has this comment: for political observers, comparisons between the U.S. Senate Watergate committee hearings and the current U.S. House Select hearings on the January 6th attack on the United States Capitol.
I believe that if Richard Nixon were alive today, he would be saying to the members of Congress, both the House and the Senate, hey, folks, let's get out of the political sandbox. The polls show that the public knows what the serious issues of this country are, and they want them solved. And I mean, you can begin with inflation, you can go, gas prices, you can go any number of different ways. But having hearings about January 6th and pointing fingers, that is all political type.
June 17th. The 50th anniversary of the Watergate break-in, revisited by Dwight Chapin, The President's Man. In Yorba Linda, Gail Anderson, KTLA 5 News.